Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Kelly Greens leaked and I'm geeked. I can't wait, dog. No, real talk. I can't wait to get my hands on these Kelly Green jerseys, man. This leak is everything that I thought it was going to be. I'm definitely going to cop a bunch of them. It's going down. We're not playing no games with it. I think I'm going to grab the BG. But these leaks are official. You know what I'm saying? This is what the fan base been wanting, man. And, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles for giving us what we want. You know what I mean? Like, we not like other franchises that just, you know what I mean, have fans wishing and hoping they bring this back, they do this, they do that. Jeffrey Lurie and the staff and the organization, they always find a way to reward the fans for just being down with the team. And this was one for the fans. You know what I mean? This is probably the greatest jersey in Philadelphia Eagles history. Right now, we're probably about to go on a tremendous window. You know what I mean? Probably one of the greatest windows upon us in history. So why not, bring these back for the people who've been supporting the cause and buying tickets and stuff like that. So we've been wanting them. They've been teasing us. You know what I mean? We got the date, the 31st. But now what we also have is, the visual, man. And I can't wait, man. These things definitely look like this. It's gonna be a good season, man. It's gonna be a good season for the Eagles, man. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I got to let y'all know that this video was brought to you by Print Champs. Big Print Champs in the building. Get your her season hats, your defensive slime tee, everything you need to stay in step, stay in tune, stay in unison with everything that's Kelly Green that's going on. God bless who hating is coming really, really soon. Artwork out. Songs done complete. We ready. We marching forward. We getting ready for the season. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. I gotta say, so far that what I'm getting out of Sean Desai is just a guy that's going to be a great defensive coordinator for years to come for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, his press conference was vastly impressive to me. You know what I mean? The things that he's saying and how players are being handled, and when he talks about certain players. So we're gonna read a little bit about just some things, man, that Sean Desai said in his most recent press conference. This is by way of Super Bowl Nation, Bleeding Green Nation. Sean Desai talks Nakobe Dean, Sidney Brown, and more Eagles training and camp topics and things of that nature. Let's get into it, man. On Nakobe Dean, this is what he said. The biggest thing I've seen from him is the ability and willingness to keep growing, and that's what we're looking for. Really out of these guys, and him in particular, because it's a new role for him. We're excited about it because he's got the mindset. He's been really working hard, obviously, in the offseason all summer, and consistent communication with his coaches and myself, and kind of just setting himself up, and he's just got to take that mindset. What he's saying is a guy who's already stepping into the role. This is what I get from this. He is basically telling us that Nakobe Dean is treating this like it's his job already. And that's the mindset that they want him to be stepping into. So shout out to Nakobe Dean. He talked about this on Nakobe learning the new defense. He said on learning a new defense, Desai said that he thinks most of the guys have a really good grasp of the defense at this point, and it was evident that they were really working hard during the summer to develop what they start the show early on in camp. The DC acknowledged that they'll be growing, that they'll be throwing a lot at them during training camp, and that it's just intentional to challenge these guys. He went on to explain that he's really upfront with his players about what the expectations are. So even though they're getting a lot of information up front, they're trusting that there is a reason for it. Desai says the balance of not overwhelming young guys will give them a lot once the art. That's the art of coaching in his opinion. Now, being as though you're giving these guys a lot up front, this is my estimation, my opinion. You're giving these guys a lot up front. It's going to be a lot of different looks that we're going to see out of this defense. A lot of disguising, a lot of scheming, and that's what we was lacking last year. On Sidney Brown getting playing time, he says it takes the same as it does for Darius Slay to get on the field, right? They got to prove it. Everybody's held to the same standard. That should let you know that we got great players, you know what I mean, that's been in these roles for a while, Fletcher Cox and these guys, because they've continuously just proven that during camp that they should be there. They got to prove it. They got to prove that they're mastering the defense, mastering the fundamentals, the technique, and that they're building confidence with the people around them. It's 11 versus it's 11 is 1. I get it. Desai acknowledged that guys like Slay and Bradbury have had more time to prove themselves and also know how to prove themselves. So they do have a little advantage. He went on to explain that what Brown needs to learn is how to fit in and how to prove it, how to earn the respect and accountability from his peers to earn a spot on a really good defense. Wow. I really like what I'm hearing out of Sean Desai for real, man. Nothing's given to anybody. You know what I mean? He's saying, Brown, listen, you were drafted. You got to go out there and prove why you were drafted. That's fire. You know what I mean? He is definitely a work in progress. He talked about the Matt Patricia hiring. You know, this is going to be a little bit of an interesting one. Desai said that the NFL is all about talent acquisition, and that means at the coach 11 as well. They want as many talented people as they could get who has no egos, and we are working together towards a common cause. The DC said that with Nick Sirianni, Jeff Lurie, and Howie Roseman, that's what they all preach. Matt's a tremendous asset. Talk about Matt Patricia. I mean, he's got so many years of experience on all sides of the ball and as a head coach, as a coordinator and a position coach, coaching different position rooms. So he's been a tremendous asset for the team. I think for me, obviously, this is Desai speaking, and really for our staff, we've really intrigued it. I guess, there's that. Listen, man, they're not mad at the Matt Patricia signing. I wouldn't have done it. I think it's a little toxic nature right there with him, and what on with him and Slay and all that. But everybody seemed to be passing, so we could do nothing but support it. Other notables, as far as guys getting reps, Desai said that they're at the point where they need to get everybody reps. So with what part of depth that isn't important, he explained I may have reading it wrong. He said as far as guys getting reps, Desai said that they're at the point where they need to get everybody reps. So if that part of the depth chart isn't as important, he explained that they need to get everybody on tape, get everybody evaluate it, and give them their fair chance to compete. So he's not a big fan of keeping depth groups together to accomplish that. That's tough. That's tough, man. Everybody's going to get more than their opportunity to show why they should be a part of this, this talented defense. The DC said that he's excited to go through training camp with Nick Sirianni, and so far has really enjoyed how the Eagles head coach goes about things and the energy he brings to practice. He said they have a lot of guys on the roster that can be impactful pass rushers, and it's their job to find roles and ways for them to be efficient. The side talked about the importance of benefit of having so many veterans on defense and having guys who not only can help the young players, but also provide insight from their experience for the coach as he learns to grow as a defensive coordinator. So this is gelling together exactly how I would expect it to gel. Desai is impressive. He doesn't never look lost, but again, Gannon wasn't a bad spoken coach either. So I mean, listen, man, we just got to see how this thing unfolds. We got to see what happens. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.